Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 26th of January. This is just a weekly chart here just to show that in this little space here, since we've been having the correction here, that we're starting to see each week we're starting to see lower volume. Of course, it's only Tuesday at the moment for this particular week here, but we are seeing decreasing volume. So that means that it is a correction and we will see higher ground at that point. If it was going to be a trend to the downside, we'd be seeing increasing volume, and we're not seeing that. And also, thanks to Shavi, one of our members, he's put me onto this particular site here. Let me just, it's quite interesting, this one. Thanks, Shavi. This little chart here, you'll just see that from the 25th of December, we've got the whales here. I suppose we could call them almost hedge funds in a way, because we know from the futures market that they'd been building up on the short side. And the smaller wallets, that's us little guys here, and the exchanges here. But you'll see the trend in that correction from the 20, it goes back further really, but you'll see the whales here move all, sell off all their stuff to the little guys, which is us, or smaller wallets. So it's really a case of them taking profit, and it's up for us guys not to be, don't give them our Bitcoin back again, don't give our Bitcoin back, don't let them have our Bitcoin, so to speak. So you'll see this transpire here, how the orders were flowing in that date, as you can see the date ticking over there, and being dumped onto, the smaller guys taking up all that liquidity in the market. So I think it's a fantastic point to make that, now that we have our Bitcoin, don't give it back to those guys. Simple as that, So that was a transfer, that was the profit taking occurring over those days. So yeah, there's a lot of volume being soaked up by us. I tried to get as much as my wife would let me, but there we go. Yeah, so thanks for that. And let's move in and just take a look at this correction. I'll just cut through to what we've been looking at a bit lately in this regard. Let me just get organized here for a moment. So it's just the hourly chart here. So the move down through here, we've been viewing it as the A wave, and then the A, the B, and the C for the B wave. And then we've been looking down from wave B down to wave C here. We've been looking for 5 waves down. So we can view it as wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4. And we can't rule this out just yet. It does appear that we've got an impulse wave down through here, so we should see this play out further down here, as such, like this here. However, as I may have mentioned last time, if we get support on 34,000, then we can trade long from that point. So we'll have a closer look at that at the moment. Is it possible that we have a WXY situation? Here's a WXY here ending in 3 waves, and we can look at this as wave 1 here. Yes, it's quite possible, and that's why I said we'll go long on 34 as support, and we'll need to drill into that and have a look at that. But I have to say, I never really liked this as a 5-wave structure moving up here. It was more like an A and a B and a C wave moving up here. A little bit high than I would like it. So that's a bit of a... one of the problems here is that if we call this wave 1 here, then we've got a slight overlap in that space there. So that's one thing. We've got that overlap occurring there. Is it possible to put wave 1 here? Yep. And look at this as an A and a B and a C, possibly. It doesn't count very well as a C wave here, and this counts better as a 5-wave price action here. So at the end of the day, the line in the sand is the 34 here becoming the support or not becoming the support. So I want to go in and have a look at that, continue that story that that we had last week. So so looking at this here, well, I've got wave 3 here, and then we look at this as an A wave, and A, B, C for the B wave, and then going up for the C wave here. So that's all fine, and looks like we've actually got 5 waves coming down here, but still doesn't help us that much. I need to break that down further. But as I mentioned before, it was quite difficult to get 5 waves out of this structure here. Yes, we can get this one and this one, but then we get overlapping wave structures in here. So it was just wasn't a very good fit, but we might have to sort of soak that up and take it on the chin and call it wave 1. And the wave 2 here, not that happy with it being a wave 2 because of the size of it. Because normally a wave 2 would be simple and sharp, like that wave A there would be the wave 2, you know. It's simple and it's sharp, and it hasn't really displayed that, has it? It's really given us a large wave 2 here, if that's going to be the case. But look, you've got to be open, and you've got to gather evidence, and at the end of the day, it's all about the setup. So the setup for me to go long, if I was trading it, which I'm not, I'm just buying it, would be this, and the classic trading levels pattern or variation of this. So if that's the 34,000 across here, we look for the first high above the level, and that becomes our reference point. We can go long above that, we can get a second high to go here, and then if it comes back up and finds support, well, then we can even get a better position over here. And the variations on this doesn't come back below the level, and the other variation of this is the overshoot pattern, where it doesn't stop at the 34 here example, just goes straight up and has an ABC pattern, and then finds support here and then moves up, and this 34 becomes a balanced line when you got the overshoot pattern, where it doesn't react here, because normally you have the arrival, the reaction here, but when it doesn't do that, the distance that moves above is normally the distance that moves below, just a rough rule of thumb. But what you can look for is that this balance line here, the 34 in this case, would play out here through all of this correction here. You would see it almost like a triangle pattern emerging. So we've had a bit of an overshoot pattern here, so the distance above will be the distance below. So we wouldn't want to see the market drop any further than this, and we didn't really get, so first of all, we can go long above here. Okay, that's step 1 here. Now, this move down through here just roughly looks like wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here, and coming down for wave 5. So it does seem to be impulsive. It doesn't mean that it's bearish, because it can just be, I think what I might do here is just move this, because that's what we talked about going long before. And if you use that setup there, that would have kept you safe there. You know, I know it's really hard, you know, not to chase something through, but if you wait for it, then it's like this one here, really. We had the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then we had the ABs. So you could have gone long above this high, you could have gone long above this high, you could have gone long above this high, or you could have gone long above this high here and traded to the next number and got out, or used the trading stop. I mean, trading stops are fantastic. They just take a bit of the emotion out of it. But anyway, that story's over. So it does appear that we have, if I could just draw this out here, just roughly, let's just say that we come down into this space here. It looks like from here, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming in here. So in both cases, we should see an ABC back up to the supply levels here, and roughly the 50-60% retracement level, could come a little bit higher, whatever, and then we should see another 5 waves down. Now we may only come down to the 61.8% mark and then push up there, and then we would need to look at this here. If I can just copy this here, that one there, and copy that one there, and that would become wave 2 at this point, and this would be wave 1, and that means that we can go long here, that's one, or we can copy that and we can go long on top of that there, because that would be the B wave there, and that would be the C wave over here, and we can copy this here for the A wave here. So that would be the bullish case here, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that could certainly play out, and there are your signals to go long on at that point. The other count here, of course, is that this becomes wave 1 down here, and this becomes wave 2 here. And then what happens here is, after the first 5 waves here, coming down to roughly the 32.5 area here, then this would have 5 waves down, would have a bit of a rally, and then would come down again from that point. So going long here would keep you safe, unless you can figure it out, you know. And then if we're coming down here, we were looking down at the 29, anyway, down here further, we'll count the 5 waves down, we'll pick that up. So that's where we are, really. So you could also short it under this one as well. Yeah, so anyway, they're the 2 cases put forward, and that's where you can go long. And here you can add here and continue to add through here, of course. Just, you know, just keep building that position there for sure, because we'll be going up to 50 at that point. So getting, you know, I don't know how everybody does it, but if you're doing leverage, you want to kind of get your, you know, manage your exposure, and but there's no problem with building in, you know, 20 odd trades, just getting each little one to the break-even point, and so on and so on. But otherwise, we'll see 5 waves down here as 3, 4, and 5 coming down here for this, down into the 20. Technically, we should make a low below this low here. So 28 is part of group 2, so group 2 would be 26,500. That would be the lower end of group 2, so that would also be a target. And then the 2,700 in here, well, the 27,200 we call the number 2 in here. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, look, that's it. There's a good case for being long, and there's a good case for being short. But give it a little bit of time and it will reveal itself here. That's the trick. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.